Hello and welcome to my Yugioh channel. Today we're going to be covering some new information about a brand new structure deck called Our Lost Sanctuary. As you might be aware, Konami has recently been providing alternative versions of, and should I say more updated versions, of classic Yu-Gi-Oh structure decks. This one is looking at a fairy style structure deck, which is quite decent. Most of the fairy type monsters are of a certain level of power. And of course, you've got multiple variations. You've also got the counter fairies, which will hopefully get some support in this. It says here the realm of the planetary agents expands even further. Structure Deck R Lost Sanctuary. The latest of the Structure Deck R series goes on sale as of August the 7th, 2021. Bear in mind that this isn't a solid date. With the whole coronavirus issue, some of these packs and some of these distributions have been pushed back, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get an announcement soon saying that this won't be released until maybe January 2022. That's just a personal feeling. I don't think they want to be spreading out their products too much in proximity to each other. They do want to give them a bit of space so that players can enjoy them without having to rush and pick up multiple versions. It says it's a series of structure decks based on remaking popular past structure decks, whilst keeping the original concept intact. The main deck includes 40 cards, but this time around there are also multiple monster cards for the extra deck included. A deck power-up pack, which is the temporary name, is included to expand the strategy of this deck even further. One of the 5 cards randomly chosen from among the 5 in that pack also comes in secret rare foiling. And it says here that the price is 1,320 yen, and included is one pre-constructed deck, one deck power-up pack, so this gives you the opportunity to get a number of cards in different rarities, and one special dual field / playing guide. As with most structure decks, they do provide you with these things as well, the dual field and the playing guide. How much help they're going to be, it's definitely not going to be too much. They tend to be very standardized and they're quite small. So I had a look at just quickly at the original version that was released basically 10 years ago on June the 10th, 2011. So this will focus very heavily on that type of strategy. The cards featured heavily within those were the agent monsters, so hopefully we might get some retrains on those. We had Master Hyperion, which is arguably one of the most powerful monsters that actually came out of the fairy type, and we also got Air Knight Parshath, so we already have a few versions of that. We've got a synchro version, and I'm sure we've got 2 other effect monsters. We've got like a counter trap version of it, and we've also got one that has the ability to boost its stats based on if you've got Sanctuary in the Sky, and it's depending on if your opponent's monsters have lower attack. Generally, I am looking forward to this set. I think it's actually going to be quite useful, especially since they do mention that there are going to be some extra deck cards. Within the original version, there weren't at the time. I think at that moment there were Synchro monsters out, and maybe some Xyz monsters at the time of release, but other extra monsters weren't actually focused on, so that always has the potential for any of the agent monsters to become a synchro monster itself, especially since you use the gadget. The Agent of Venus with Mystical Shine Ball was a very common pairing with the introduction of Zeal, to be able to go into Gachi Gentetsu, or one of the other rank 2 Xyz monsters, and hopefully Master Hyperion itself will get a synchro version. What do you guys think of this potential structure deck? Is this something you're looking forward to? What cards would you like a retrain for? And do you think that we're going to get anything particularly groundbreaking for fairy types? Whatever you think, leave those comments down below in the description. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe.